Welcome back to One-on-One Sports. College football has had quite the lineup of incredible matches over the years. When teams like Texas and USC face off, you know you're always in for a memorable game. With this in mind, guys, I'm joined by college football experts Vernazza and Andrew Vendelis as they answer one question: what historic matchup do you guys wish we could see again? Dom, kick it off.
So when I looked at this question, I took into account not just the rivalry, but how good the teams were this year. Because, I mean, obviously there's some great college football rivalries where teams are having a down period. I maybe wouldn't want to see as much. So I was looking for teams that have a rivalry, but also are relevant this year. And for me, a matchup I wanted to see so bad would be USC-Alabama.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm just talking even stylistically. You look at USC's this Hollywood, this West Coast flair, where Alabama's really been this gritty Southern running team, You could honestly argue that they're the two most successful teams on each coast. East Coast versus West Coast. Yeah. And then also it would be a huge grudge match.
And they both had those dynasties for so long
exactly,
as well. USC had the dynasty
history.
Before Alabama.
And then you're looking, last year they played, and it was a beatdown.
Exactly.
Alabama destroyed USC. So what's the difference between last year and the game that happened this year? Sam Darnold only threw 8 passes last game. He came in at garbage time. Mm-hmm. Obviously, USC started off real poorly. Since then, they've been an amazing team. I think they'd be looking for revenge. Yeah. I think they'd be a national contender. And I think Sam Darnold, he wants a shot at Alabama.
And you think
he wants the
offense
whole
can take
game.
Down defense this year?
I think when they have that Heisman contender like Darnold, I mean, obviously, Alabama's tough to beat.
Oh, yeah.
They are a dynasty. Mm-hmm. Their defense is amazing. Jalen Hurts is good. Mm-hmm. So obviously on their part, they're coming to play. But
absolutely.
I think USC would be out for blood.
Don, what do you got?
When I'm looking for a historic matchup, I'm looking for a story. And in college football, the first story of a historic matchup that comes to mind is Ohio State and Michigan.
Great.
And while this is kind of hard to see it happening, and I want to see it in the college football playoff, but that's hard because they're in the same division now, not even the same conference. But they did already have the game of the century in 2006. The Ohio State win 42-39, I believe, led by Troy Smith, future Heisman winner Troy Smith. That's kind of hard to say. But but we've seen them face off in like Big Ten championship games, and obviously the rivalry goes back all the way.
And everyone's always excited, no matter where in the country they are, to see Ohio State and Michigan play.
Exactly.
Because they know how big
that is the marquee matchup, and what would be a better historic matchup than just the oldest rivalry imaginable.
My only thing with this matchup this year is neither team is looking that great on offense. If I'm looking for a big spectacle game in college football, I want a shootout. Yeah, I know some people like defense, and that's fair. But for me, an Ohio State-Michigan game, I feel like it would just be lots of punts, some defense, and that can be fun. But I really, I want to see the points fly.
You like offense.
I'm an offensive man.
The story side of it, you also have two legendary college football head coaches in Urban Meyer and Jim Harbaugh.
Legendary.
So that's something I really want to see in a college football playoff setting with something on the line there, something I can really sink my teeth
I don't know if I can call Jim Harbaugh legendary quite yet. He
Those
doesn't have
a legendary man.
When you think of go-to college football coaches, Jim Harbaugh's top 5
legendary
right now.
maybe right now, but when you're saying legendary, that is
he's going to have a legacy.
He doesn't have a title
but
yet.
maybe he's building one.
Yeah. He could be building one.
Urban Meyer has
Michigan
one,
does have more titles overall than Ohio State does, but Ohio State does have more bowl appearances.
Let me give you my pick real quick. I'm thinking, so I kind of went a mix of both of y'all. So my teams are not very good right now, but it is a rivalry that just goes down in history, out for blood, Texas versus A&M. And ever since they took A&M away from the Big 12, sent it to the SEC, haven't been able to play since, but everyone in Texas always was ready for that game.
You always got to love those in-state rivalries.
It is really a shame when you see realignment break something like that up.
Yeah. And I'm hoping maybe in the future we can see them in the championship.
Well, you think about other matchups like Florida State,
Texas.
Miami
I don't know about
as well.
Texas
And other in-state rivalries. That's just amazing right there.
Hey, well, definitely some great games that we wish we could relive. Hopefully some classics will be played this season. We got plenty of football left to go. We're almost done with the WNBA though. Ellie will be right back to go over the playoffs.